Today I'm going to be showing you an absolutely charming home here in Issaquah, Washington on Squak Mountain. It's on such a beautiful property that's nice, private, and secluded. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,230 square foot home on over 4.5 acres. It's an absolute steal for the price for the location. And without further ado, let me flip the camera around so I can give you a beautiful home tour. So first thing you will notice when you come up this driveway is just how secluded this house truly is. Again, on over 4.5 acres here, it's tucked back in here and you have such a nice private setting. This is a beautiful lot. I mean, get a load of all the greenery this charming property has. As a reminder, this property is located in Issaquah, Washington, specifically on Squak Mountain in the Squak Mountain community. And Squak Mountain is about 20 to 55 minutes to Bellevue, Washington, depending on traffic, and 26 minutes to 55 minutes to Seattle, Washington, depending on traffic, and 45 minutes to over an hour and 5 minutes to Tacoma, Washington, depending on traffic. So that's going to be depending. So your drive time will definitely vary depending on the times of the day that you go, but these are a pretty good ballpark range to factor in, especially for anyone that's looking to relocate to the area out of state. And now, as you can see, we are actually, it looks like we're heading to the back of the house, but we're actually going to the front door here. What I'm kind of showing you is several different trails in this back area between the detached garage and the front door of the house, which is positioned technically in the back of the property here. Oh, looks like I left that door open, but I'm going to go ahead and close the door for you so you have an idea of what the front door looks like real quick. Let's take a look here. So this is kind of what the front door area of the house would look like. Check it out. As you saw, there was a deck above, but we will definitely get to that deck later. So this is a split entry designed house. And split entry is where when you open up the house, you walk into a landing area and you can either go up or down. These are pretty common actually in the greater Seattle, Washington area. I've been told that they're not as common in other parts of the country, but here you will find a lot of the houses. Typically, split entry designs are not really being built new construction, but you will still find a ton of homes that are split entry designed around the greater Seattle area. These were primarily built during the mid-20th century, especially between 1950s to 1970s. And in the Pacific Northwest, this style of home became quite popular during that period due to its efficient use of space and the ability to accommodate sloped lots, which are common in this region. Now, as we make our way into the kitchen, I'm going to show you on the screen a couple of different images from our listing that shows off and highlights some virtual staging, so you get a good idea of what this space looks like when it's filled in. And I'm going to continue to do this as we go into a few different rooms throughout this property, just so you have an idea of what it looks like both in person, being completely empty, as well as what it could look like with some nice furniture pieces. And now heading out of the kitchen, this is sort of the dining breakfast area, and showing you that sliding glass door there that goes out onto the, back deck. And this is the living room. Here's some more virtual staging photos of the living room just to get an idea of what this space looks like filled in. I'll also note that although the house was built in 1987, these windows were actually updated in 2009 with wood wrap trim. They are double pane windows, and you are also going to see later in the video that this property does come with some skylights, and you'll notice with how many windows are in this property that this house gets a ton of natural light. And as you can see, we just passed by a wood burning fireplace. Another cool thing about this property is they do have the original floor plans to check out, the original designs to this property, which is super cool that these are being left for the new homeowner. Another interesting thing to note is that this property is enrolled in King County's open space program for property tax reductions. And what we were just looking at is a map of the areas that you are allowed to build on this property that are within this program, which is within the red boundaries, in exchange for that tax reduction. And as you can see, as you head into the from the living room into this office or bonus room den, that it has a dual pocket doors, and again a ton of natural light from these windows. It's just amazing how much light is coming into this house. So I'm gonna put on the screen again the virtual staging that we had done for the photos for this study or office space, so you can get a good idea of what this bonus room would look like with some furniture in it. And now you can see we're heading through the hallways to take a look at some of the other bedrooms. So this is a back bedroom here. Again, plenty of light in here, even on the back side of the house. And it obviously comes with a closet since it's a bedroom. Check out the window there. Speaking of split entry homes earlier, I once had a client that told me they absolutely would never want to buy a split entry home. And we were looking for a bit, at several different houses through a couple of months. And they ultimately came across what was the home of their dreams, and it turned out to be a split entry house. So when I finally mentioned it to them as a joke, they laughed, of course, and really decided that the split entry wasn't too much of a concern for them as long as it had the designs, location, all that good stuff that they were looking for. And here is what one of the remodeled bathrooms looked like. As you can see, there is a skylight in the bathroom, which does bring plenty of light into that bathroom. Just to give you a reminder, a couple of the updates that they've done to this home is they have a brand new hot water tank, brand new furnace, and a heat pump for your peace of mind during those hot summer weeks or days that we get here in the greater Seattle area. Like I said, this bathroom's been remodeled. There's fresh paint, new carpet in this house, and the roof is pretty new. They put it on in 2014. Also, this large deck that we will see later on is a nice composite deck. And as you can see, as we entered this front bathroom, that hallway that we passed through has a lot of good storage, shelving storage in there. And the tile work that's done in this bathroom, when I walked through it, looked phenomenal. A lot of the times when I go through, especially in an older house, sometimes the tile work looks pretty not well kept, and sometimes the tiles aren't perfectly symmetrical, but whoever did the tile work in this house did a phenomenal job on it, and it's kept up well. I was also just pointing out where one of the attic accesses are, and as we make our way back through this hallway, there is both a linen closet and a coat closet. And as we head back through the office, study, bonus space, whatever you want to call it, and we go through the double doors, I'm going to show you, before we go downstairs, I'm going to show you the back deck area, just so then you have a good idea of what this area looks like. Again, one more view of the dining room and the kitchen heading in from the dining room, and one more look at the family room there. Now, as we approach through the back area, again, check out this huge composite deck. You could host a lot of parties here, easily barbecue out here, but there's just so much greenery and plants, and it's just such a cool space. And here's a quick preview of the lower part of the deck down there. It wraps around the house, and we'll get to it later, but this is also a location where the heat pump is located on the outside railing going down these steps. Again, that heat pump is starting, heat pumps or AC, it's starting to become a must even here in the Pacific Northwest, just due to temperatures increasing and getting some hotter weeks here for sure. And now, as you can see, I'm taking you through a magical journey through one of the many small trails that this property has immediately coming from the houses. So this is kind of this small trail that you can walk through back here behind that deck area. This is just one of many, and there's actually a ton in the front too that we'll get to later. So again, just check out this trail here. I'm going to take you back down to this small trail. Just goes back down in between the garage and the house. I believe I'll show you the garage last after we check out some of the front spaces, but first right now I'm going to take you to the front door again, and we will head back downstairs so you can check out the lower level of this split entry house. Okay, so opening the door, and we are heading downstairs. Again, the carpet was newer, so walking through it felt like it had some really nice padding, and this is kind of what the lower level looks like. Again, the lower level has a ton of natural light just pouring in from the windows. A lot of the times when I go into some split entry homes, depending on where they're positioned, they don't get as good light in either the top or the bottom level. But this house, for whatever reason, it's positioned well and has the windows constructed in the right way where it's getting a lot of good light on both levels here. The keeping these lights on for this video tour really wasn't needed that much, but I just thought I'd have them on just to show you what all the lights look like anyways. And then walking into the we already walked past showing you what the furnace closet looked like, but through here, this is the main, I guess, rec room, and plenty of cabinets installed, tons of storage that you can get into this house. Pretty amazing how much storage this house has. Again, there's that bottom fireplace, and I'm also going to be putting up on the screen what our virtually staged photos looks like for this, I guess, downstairs living room or rec room, whatever you want to call it, just so you have an idea of what the space looks like when it's filled with some furniture items. You'll even notice the pool table that we virtually staged in there as well. And yeah, check those out as well. Now I'm going to take you down this hallway so you can check out what some of the other lower level rooms look like here. I mean, even the hallway gets plenty of natural light flooding in from the other rooms. And as you could see from the virtual stage photo that I'll show up on the screen, we had this room sort of staged as a kid's bedroom as well. It looks like it gets a lot of natural light through this front window here. All right, walking back out here, as you can see, that's the stairs going back upstairs, and then we will go into this back room here, and you can see that we have it also virtually staged in the photos as a kid's bedroom, the green and the pink. This one also gets plenty of good lighting in here, and just to give you some reference, I'm shooting this pretty late into the afternoon. The sun is not hitting the window as well as when the photo was taken in this virtual stage photo. Okay, heading back through here, you can take a look at one of the full bathrooms that is downstairs. The light bleeding from this hallway here is actually coming from this front room here, which is the utility room. and it's a really good position window where the light's bleeding from. Plenty of natural light in this room. And I will also mention, as you can see, the washer and dryer here. All appliances are staying in the home, so washer, dryer, and the dishwasher, garbage disposal, microwave, refrigerator, stove, all that good stuff. Again, we're heading back outside here through the front. Take a look at the house again, the exterior. The paint job's actually kept up quite nicely. And right here, we're kind of looking at the front patio area. I can't remember if I mentioned it before, but this would look great, if you, as a basketball court, if you attach a basketball court. And what I was pointing out just there is there's actually plenty of trails that connect from over here, and this wraps back over on the lower deck area that we were previewing earlier. Again, as a reminder, this is composite decking that I was just touching right here. And again, just look at the amazing surroundings of how secluded this property is. There's that chimney there again on the exterior that has the 2 fireplaces in it. We're going to check out that garden area in a second. But I thought I'd bring you back up here to see how the deck connects. Again, walking past the heat pump. Plenty of sunlight. Again, filming this really late in the day. Felt nice, but thought I'd just show you this awesome land. In some of my videos, I don't walk the land as much, but this property really, you're buying it for the property and the location, not just the house. The house has plenty that you could do to it to make it yours, but really, folks, you're buying it for the location, the secluded space, and all that the land has to offer here. All right, so we're walking through here, and this is kind of where I was going to show you that garden. Check out that cute swing set there, by the way. So they had a garden installed over here. Taking all the trees. So this is one of the mini paths that you can follow through here. Those like micro trails that I keep talking about. Heading through here. By the way, why don't any of you folks tell me what you think this is, this box here? Let me know in the comments what you think it is. And this is kind of like a green room. I believe this is what they're, so when you walk through here, this is actually attached to that barn area. And we'll even go inside the green room because I'm going to be super thorough in this property tour for you. Let's go inside here. As you can see, that the barn and this green space, this green room has power in here. And again, no lights are on, just the natural sunlight coming through. Another cool thing that got me thinking when taking a look at all this land here is recently right now I have a buyer that's going to be soon closing on a property in Graham, and that property has over 5 acres as well, and it's this really cool log cabin feel of the property, and then a huge storage garage where they can pretty much do anything they want in it. The seller's leaving the lift in there for them to use for cars and etc. It's going to look really cool, and I am hoping that I can show off that property as well on the channel as a home tour as well. And over there is another trail right there, and then this trail over here wraps back up to that front patio area that I called the basketball area, if you were to put a basketball hoop in there. And then this trail starts going back towards where the driveway is located, or I guess all that parking spaces that you have here. when we cut through the trees here. This just goes, again, like I said, right back here to the front. Check out all this parking. You could park so many cars here. You could host so many parties. And let's go take a look at the garage now. Walking back through here so I can show off the garage. Again, the garage is a nice big 2-car garage, and there's also a carport, covered carport that my car is parking in right now. That's to the side right there. So walking through here, you can see here I got the lights on for you. It's well ventilated, not motorized, so manual garage door, but you could do anything you want with this space. Turn it into a really nice shop area or what have you. Just a nice solid garage, nothing too fancy. And then let's get through here, and this is that carport that I was talking about, so the covered parking. It actually kept my car pretty cool during the filming, which was great. So there's quite a bit of land to explore, as you can see with this property. And it's nice that there is that tax reduction based on the King County's open space program that this property is enrolled in. You know, a buyer buying this home is going to want to look into some more information on the pros and cons to that. But you know, definitely a tax reduction is a pro for sure. You saw in the beginning of this video some aerial shots of the property, which was kind of a tease. And what I'm going to do now is show you a few more shots or aerial shots of the property so you could just take in how awesome this property location is before I go over my final thoughts. And there you have it. My name is Aaron Morrow. I'm a local realtor here in the greater Seattle area. I work with both home buyers and sellers in King, Pierce, and Snohomish counties. Let me know what you thought of this Issaquah listing. If you'd like more information on it and it's still for sale, comment the word Issaquah below and I will send you the listing information. If you're looking for a good realtor to work with, buying or selling, feel free to reach out. Contact information will be on the screen for you to be able to reach out to me. And again, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe so you can follow and stay tuned for more content. I constantly am doing all sorts of home tours, luxury, charming houses on beautiful land, as well as new construction. And see you next time.